Hey guys, welcome back. Alpha Fish here, and today we're going to be looking at my Dragon Arena. And one thing I do like to do is leave a tower for the enemy to have so they can get points. But the moment they start taking other stuff from me, that's when it's on. Like it's go time. So that's what I'm telling my guild members here, is to let them have the one tower that they did take. But I end up setting a rally on this guy because, one, he has tier 4, and 2, he starts taking other towers. So my guild members are like, I got a scout on this guy, rally him. I was like, okay. So start a rally. Originally I put 1 minute rally, but it wasn't long enough for everyone to get their troops in. So I set a 5 minute on him. And right now it's just him. Like, I didn't know if any of their other members were going to show up. So figured we'd just have fun with this one guy until his other members showed up. But we'll get to that later. So this guy starts taking towers, and since he has tier 4, no matter what my guild members do to reinforce, they're just not strong enough to hold him back. So what I start doing is, after I attack the towers and reclaim them, I would recall my troops, and basically I would just try to hit his troops and injure them, because his might was dropping like a rock, and it didn't seem like he was healing anything. So I figured if I take all of his troops out, then he can't do anything, until he heals, or unless he heals. So not everyone's like me, where they have hordes of speed ups that they save for healing troops, which I show how to do in one of my other videos, so go check that out. But this guy just keeps sending blasts, like infantry and cavalry blasts, at all of the towers. So I just send T4 blast back at him, to reclaim the towers, which is fine by me, because it's more injured troops for him, and I can pull my troops out and have my guild members reinforce. Because we have numbers, and I'm the only tier 4 member in our guild that's here in this arena today. So it's going to be my job to take the towers back, because the other members don't have the power to do it, right? So that's what I'm doing. This current arena is doing that. So as you can see, he's trying to take this ancient remains from me, and I swap out my troops that I have in there. I pulled what I had in there out and then put something back in there that could counter his troops. And I usually sit by the ancient remains just because they both give 50% attack boost. So if the enemy gets their hands on both of them, then they get 100% attack boost, which isn't a lot, but when they have tier 4, it's a lot. Like, it adds up. So especially when majority of my guild has tier 3. So I usually sit by one of them to try to keep it as long as possible, to kind of make the playing field more even. So I took that tower from him. He can't take this one from me. He smokes it, yeah. So, and then this rally is about to hit. And there you go. The rally hit. He lost some troops, and I got his leader. Which, he lost like tier 1 and some tier 3 siege, so he didn't lose anything detrimental, but I got his leader for 5 minutes. And if he took the time to empty his castle out of his tier 3 and tier 4, I don't know why he didn't hide his leader. I don't know why. But he's obviously very sloppy, because he didn't notice me swap my troops, and he didn't prepare for that hit. So I don't know what he was thinking. I just don't know, man. I don't know. Pretty sloppy. You'll see what he had right here. See? 46k tier 3 siege, and then the rest of it is just like a bit of grunt. Majority of it was siege. So I don't know what that guy was thinking, but it didn't hold me back. So I end up scouting this tower, and I take it, and then recall my troops, and then tell my guildmates to reinforce. Because when he's sending tier 4, like, my guild members can't take that out. not in solo marches. And they're using all of their armies they have to reinforce everything else. So that's why it's pretty much my job to take these towers back. And we end up winning this. We do a pretty good job of maintaining that lead. We have like 15 or 16 members here in the arena, and then the enemy ends up getting like 6. But all the enemy's teammates are like over 100 million might, so some of them have tier 4, some of them are just higher might with more research. So yeah, we sped this up, and I couldn't tell if I got there in time, but we managed to maintain it and got that cavalry, or got that caravan. So that's what matters, is getting those points, because the caravans drop massive amounts of points. So you want to try to maintain the towers that the caravans are going to. The hard part is maintaining those and then keeping the other towers around the map, because sometimes the enemy will go after the other towers when you're preoccupied with the caravan stuff. What am I doing here? Is this the rally on... yeah, on Dan. So I rallied Dan, because he's another tier 4 player. And I think Dan actually might spend a little bit of money. The other guy, maybe a little bit, but I think Dan spends more money than him. I looked at Dan's stats, and they weren't much better than the other guy. But Dan just got to Dragon Arena, like he just got here, so he's more fresh than the other guy. So we'll see what he's got whenever we hit. So his successful defenses are really low, which kind of tells me that he probably can't take a rally. Plus, with his might, he probably doesn't have enough troops to eat a rally. So I went ahead and rallied him to try to suppress. Yeah, see, we had 12 players there, and they had 6. So up to this point, just trying to maintain the towers. As you saw, one of them soloed one of our towers, and that's why I'm doing it like this. So right now, I am speeding up my reinforcements for this rally, because the clock is running out for this event. So I want to try to suppress Dan as much as possible, so he has less troops to be able to send, like less options, because we can't have them like taking the lead. And I don't think they could, even if we stop playing completely, but I don't want to take that chance, because we're already this far, and doing that would put all of the hard work and the items, the speed ups and stuff that we put into this to waste, like in vain. So definitely want to go all out. And this tower has no troops in it, so I send troops to it and I leave my troops there. And I haven't done this all games from the beginning, except for the beginning, because I need my armies. But since the clock is so close to running out, there's only 9 minutes left, I figure this caravan is going to be part of the determining factor of who's going to win this game. So I leave my troops there, and I think the other guild gives up, because Dan the Burning Man, you'll see what I mean by that here in a second. Dan the Burning Man, he shows up, and he tries to take this. So I end up speeding up the reinforcements for this to rip my speeds, man. Like, I did not want to use that many speeds this game, but we were winning. So I saw it to be worth it. You know, if it was more of a close call, you know, I'd probably more or less give up and be happy that I got my solo stuff done. But at this point, we're so close, and my guild goes all out for me. Why it'd be wrong for me to not go all out for them. So he does end up taking his tower, but he's too late, because the time on the building runs out. So we end up completely capturing this building at the last second before his attack hits. So as you can see, he loses 1.2 million troops in that rally, completely wounded. So we took out like half his stuff, right? And it was a good chunk of T1, but as you see, we also got a good chunk of Tier 3, and we took out a large chunk of his Tier 4, which is going to big time benefit us. So Dan's going to show up here, and he's going to attack this tower. And what he's thinking is, oh, I'm going to take this tower and get this caravan. But you're wrong, Dan. You're wrong. So at like the last second, like maybe 1 or 2 seconds before Dan's troops arrive, you'll see that we claim the building and get the caravan, and then boom, he gets it. So he obviously has the confidence on this, but maybe Dan's sloppy too. Maybe he just didn't notice that timer ran out or is going to run out. He's like, man, I got this. And then we get the caravan. So, of course, he burns, but now I'm not worried about that. And we have such a lead that they're not going to be able to catch up. There's no way they can catch up in the last 5 minutes. So we end up winning. I got my solo rewards, and I told my guild, good job. You know, they did great. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you liked and enjoyed, and maybe learned a little bit of strategy for this game. Catch you next time. Peace out.